Hello. Hello, class. Welcome in. How are we all doing today? You reached diamond in ranked. I don't know what that means, but hello, M0. Woo! Let's go. Hype, 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 hype. I'm not feeling particularly hyped, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and be hyped. We can do this. We can do this. So, once again, I have turned up being horribly unprepared. Hi, Salty Abel. Welcome in, welcome in. I recognise you from someone else's chat and I've already forgotten whose, which is really embarrassing. I'm so sorry. But thank you for joining us. You reached diamond in rank. Oh, my chat has ranks? I didn't even realise. Oh my goodness. There's features that I don't know about. Rain's chat, of course, of course. Welcome in, welcome in. We always love Rain's chat to come and join us. We love that. The badge. What badge? Oh, yeah, no. I gave you VIP. I gave you VIP. Okay, yes. I have finally handed out the VIPs. So my plan was to do like VIP for people that have done like milestones, I guess. So there's yeah, you're a very important person. So there was one person that subbed before you. No, not subbed, followed. That's the word. So there's one person that followed before you. And they got the first follow. And when I mean it was just before, I mean it was literally like 3 seconds. There was literally about 3 seconds between you. But you were the first active chatter from what I remember. So I just gave it to both of yous. So yeah, you got VIP for being first active chatter. So congratulations. Eric's got it for being the first subscriber. There's some more, I think, as well. I can't remember what now, though. I had reasons for everybody when I like put them in, and then I've already forgotten what they are, so that shows how on the ball I am. For a second, you thought you meant League of Legends. No, we're not that. We're not that degenerate. We're not that degenerate in this chat. Although I'm not gonna lie, that was also my first thought too. I instantly went to League, which is yeah. Hi Eric, welcome in. I was just talking about you. I said about how you were the first sub, so I gave you a VIP badge. I hope you enjoy your VIP badge. Why are my eyes closed so much today? What the heck? What's going on? Do I need to readjust myself slightly? Possibly. You're welcome. You are welcome. So, maybe if I lower my chair slightly. Is that a bit better? I think so. Okay, I think that worked. Oh, but I'm kind of no. Okay, I'm good. Cool. So, if I may be honest, you look like a character from a Pokemon game. Yeah, no, I was kind of thinking that actually when I was designing the character. I was like, okay, so most of YouTubers, they've got like some kind of fancy lore behind them. So yeah, I don't know, there'll be like a demon that did something, or there'll be like I don't even know, like an alien or something like that. I have no lore other than I am a psychologist. So I kind of just had to work with what I could think of. My lore is that I am like a scientist by day and a weeb by night. And when I'm Psydere, I kind of merge into the two, so I'm sunset coloured, and that was it. But yeah, the colourful hair was like the only thing I can think of to like stand out, because I am just human. I don't have cat ears. I can't just like, yeah. So yeah, it doesn't work. Got a PhD, really be the best lore. Yeah, for real. For real. That is my lore. It's just that I like suffering. Okay. Right. Why is my model still looking down? Do I need to move my... No, I can't even move my thing up. Maybe I just need to move down. Maybe this is because I normally slouch really badly and I was actually... Oh no, it was my chair. What the heck? My chair was really high. What's going on? Okay, I should stop looking down like a strange one now. Okay, this is good. I think I'm still looking down slightly. Oh well, it's fine. We can work with this. It's so big brain. Yeah, I tried to like think of a decent concept. I figured, I can make tweaks to the design as I go along. Right now I'm just using a like VOD Studio avatar. So yeah, just kind of working with what I got because my budget was 0. So I had to do everything myself. And this is what I managed to make work, is the sunset coloured hair, and then there's like sparkles in my eyes if you can see them. If I get close, can you see? Can you see? Yeah. I was just like really staring like a crazy. That's terrifying. Oh no. I was kidnapped by aliens and put on a planet. Now they made me a part of the crew. That's crazy, bro. Where's your diploma of philosophy? Oh, for real, for real. No, yeah, my law is just that I suffered enough to do a PhD, and now I'm here. Now I'm trying to teach everybody else. I'm trying to spread the suffering. Let's be honest. That is the law. I just want everybody else to suffer too. Like, I have not suffered enough. I need it to. I need to share it. You know, sharing is caring and all that jazz. Yeah. So, my original plan today was to talk about a concept in psychology known as weird. Everybody says that psychology is weird. Our samples are weird. My plan was to like read like the key papers and then give a presentation, because when I'm thinking about how I'm going to teach these things, I have to think about the license on the paper. So it's kind of like, if anybody knows anything about software, it's kind of similar to that, or like anything about art. You know, there's different licenses in art and software and things like that. It's the same basically with papers. So they can have a open license. So it's normally like a Creative Commons license where you can share it. You can literally just do whatever you want with this paper. You can reproduce it, you can summarize it, you can show it on stream, you can do whatever. But there's a lot of papers that are closed, so you need to pay a large amount of money to be able to access them. Like, you can't read them, you have to, yeah, pay money, which I have some feelings about, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. We got to work with what we've got. And what we've got is a few open access papers that anybody can use and anybody can do anything with. I don't want to get sued, so I'm sticking to those. Unfortunately, the papers that I was planning on talking about are all closed access. So I had to read. You feel this so bad. Yeah, it's really the bane of every scientist's existence, especially, yeah, when you're a student and you can't access things. Oh, it's such a pain. You do a happy dance every time you see those magical words, open access. Honestly, same. Like, or like when it's closed access, but they've shared the preprint and the preprint is exactly the same as the paper. I'm like, oh yes, go off. I love that. But yeah, no, I was trying to put together a presentation about this weird concept. And then I realized, well, originally I was going to do a journal club. And then I realized the papers that I wanted to talk about are closed access. And then I was like, I can't show them on stream. I can't show large amounts of text from them on screen. So that puts the journal club out of question. So then I was like, okay, fine, I'll just read them and I'll just do an actual like lecture about them. And then I didn't finish them. I got like halfway through the first paper and then life got in the way and I couldn't finish reading. So yeah, sad. So what we're going to do today instead is we're going to do a journal club. We're going to read through a paper together, but you get to choose what it is. Because I have a list. I have a list of papers that I can show on stream. I've been slowly going through my my Zagefa library. Zagefa is just like a software that we use to store all of the papers that we should probably read but never get around to. So yeah, I've got a list, and I would like you all to choose. I'm not sure what's the best way to do it. Would it be easier for me to provide like 3 options and then do a poll? Or do you want to see the full list and then see if any of them really stand out to you? Do we have any preferences? Because I'm happy to show you the whole list. I've got so many papers. How many have I got actually? Full list sounds nice. How long's the full list? Let me find out how many. There's 21. So there's a mix of just like generic, boring. Well, actually, I'll just show you the list. I'll show you the list. We nominate the full list, then poll. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Right. That's too small, isn't it? That's not helpful. Wait, we've done this one. Okay, ignore this one at the top. We've done that. But all of the rest of them. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. Can I zoom in on this? Yes, I think I can. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. And then let's make it bigger, like that. Okay. Right. These are the choices. Are there any that sound really, really interesting? Same thing in business, unfortunately. A lot of businesses trademark literally everything. So my business final was great since finding out why business that failed. Oh no. A lot of it's public, but they don't like it when you hate on them. That sounds so stressful. You can like libel someone in your exam. I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh my gosh, that's so stressful. Trojan horse sounds nice. Which one's the Trojan horse? This one. Motives attributed to the outgroup and rejection of outgroup help. Ooh, that sounds funky. You were thinking the same? Okay, sounds like we might have a preference forming. Cool, cool, cool. I mean, I'm going to enjoy this because this is something that I will know, roughly. I'll be able to briefly explain things because I kind of understand the research area, so that's good, that's good. Can you give a brief explanation on normal reading? No, I cannot. It's not my paper. Where is it? Normal reading. Oh, it's right here. The myth of normal reading. Can I bring this across? I can. Okay, that doesn't help, does it? That really doesn't help. We argue that the educational and psychological sciences must embrace the diversity of reading rather than chase the phantom of normal reading behaviour. We critically discuss the research practice of asking participants in experiments to read quote-unquote normally. We then draw attention to the large cross-cultural and linguistic diversity around the world and consider the enormous diversity of reading situations and goals. And then they do some other things too. So it's like a cross-cultural, critical paper about the idea of normal reading. Okay, so seems like the choice is split between those two. So I'm gonna put poll. How do I do polls? Time for me to have a boomer moment. Manage poll. I've never done a poll before, so please bear with me. Which paper? Oh no. Oh no, my microphone's in the way. Wait, give me 1 second. Okay, right. I can type now. I can type. So the myth of normal reading. Oh, I can't. It's too long. I'm just gonna put myth of normal reading. You know what I mean. And then Trojan horse. No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm doing an actual poll. Do we allow additional votes? No, that's cheating. We'll do a 1 minute poll. Go and cast your votes. It should appear in the chat. Sounds kind of neat. My working memory is so low that most English sentences were too long for me as a kid. That is a mood. Although that's me with speaking. I'm okay with reading, but like if I hear something, I don't know what it is. I just can't process it. But I was like hyperlexic when I was younger, so I could read really, really well, but yeah, I couldn't speak or listen. Everything else it was terrible. I could read though. I could read for days. I want to see what the results. How can I see? Academic papers were so bad in first year grad school. Oh my gosh, yeah. There is so much technobabble. They're so bad for it. They're so bad for it, honestly. It really frustrates me. Oh, value-free random exploration is linked to impulsivity. Was that another? Well, we've gone with the Trojan horse in the end, but I'll tell you what. Next time... Should we run it again? Let's run it again. Let's run it again. Oh, I need to move my microphone again. Wait. Unfortunately, I don't have enough desk space to be able to type and microphone at the same time. Although actually, is the sound okay from here? Because this... Oh no, but no, I look strange. I look strange. Okay. Which paper? Trojan. Wait, no. Myth of normal reading. Trojan horse. And then. Oh, you picked Trojan horse. Okay. Cool. Let's do that then. Nice. The first poll, so nice. Thank you for joining, everybody. Oh, sorry for the noise. I had to move my thing again and I forgot to mute myself. Good job. Good job, me. Okay. So, what do we pick again? The horse. The Trojan horse. I've already forgotten what it was. I think it was that. Okay, let's do it. What were we saying about working memory? Oh no. You don't know how you've got a VA in business? Honestly, I don't know how I've got a master's. Like, it's embarrassing. I'm meant to be getting a PhD very soon, and I'm like, how does this work? That is too zoomed in. I need to change my settings. Bear with me. Right. Well, that was too zoomed in anyway, so yeah. Perfect. Okay. Wait, is that the top? Yeah. I can do it. Okay. I'm so sorry. This is probably like when you're watching a professor try and Google something and then they like go to google.com and they type in Google to try and find Google. Sometimes I worry I'll give off that energy. I probably do. I should just embrace it, really. I love Googling Google. No, actually, when they type Google into Bing, that's what really upsets me. It's happened so many times. But then I've started doing it myself. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let me just update the title as well. What is this? Zagefa and colleagues. Zagefa et al. When was it published? It was published in 2022. Let's go. Nice and recent. We love that. Done. Okie dokie. It's the true classroom experience. Yeah, it really is. It really is. I do think that I give that out of sheer incompetence more than anything else. Yeah. When they pause YouTube by clicking and not pressing space, yeah, that one upsets me too. That really upsets me, actually. Or like when they don't have an ad blocker installed and then they try and show you a video in class and then it's like, you can subscribe to Grammarly! And I'm like, whoa. Calm. Okay. Right. Okay. We are reading Fearing the Trojan Horse, Motives Attributed to the Outgroup and Rejection of Outgroup Help by Hannah Zagefa and colleagues. Nice. Published in 2022. Nice and recent. Wait, no it wasn't. It was received. Oh my gosh, was it published this year? Wild. Yeah. Oh, I need to update my title again then. I got the date wrong. Shameful. Okay. So, what is this paper about? Let's find out. So, decisions to give and receive help are often influenced by group memberships, social identities, and intergroup relations. We're going to have to read the introduction because I know what all of that means, but you might not. 2 studies were conducted to test how perceived political relations... Oh no, it's politics. You chose a politics paper. How could you? Oh my gosh, I'm getting cancelled. I told you I didn't want this. Whoopsie. Yeah, it's fine. Because it's science, right? It's science. It's not like going Blair, one party bad. It's not going, I have opinions. We're just doing science here, so it's fine. Okay, right. 2 studies were conducted to test how perceived political relations between countries are related to willingness to accept offers of outgroup help. So they're basically seeing if, like, countries, you know how, like, countries can have different relationships? So, for example, I was going to say the UK has a good relationship with, and then I just zoned out because I was like, who does the UK have a good relationship with? The US, I guess? Maybe? Not really anymore. Okay, we're a bad example. I got nothing. I got nothing. Okay. What's another example? Someone help me out here. What country? Okay, actually, the UK has good relations with Japan. I know that because, well, I think that anyway. It seems to be the case. We've never had a major beef for like 100 years at least, roughly. Anyway, I think that we have good relations with Japan, from what I understand. Okay, you know what? This isn't working. Let's go with Poland. Poland has good relations with Japan. That I do know for a fact. So, Poland and Japan, they've got good relations. They're vibing. They get on well. So intergroup help would be, so for example, if some kind of disaster happens in Poland and Japan offers help, so like aid, do they accept it? Probably yes, because they've got good relations. However, Poland and Belarus do not have good relations. And therefore, if Belarus offered aid to Poland, Poland would probably be like, nah, mate, I'm not interested. Okay? So that's what that means. So basically, offering aid, do they accept it or not? And it's testing across different countries based on the relationship between those countries. But obviously this is psychology, so we're doing something at the individual level. We're looking at how individual people think about it. So maybe it's going to be something different. So literally Trojan horse. Yeah, I think so. I think this might be something like, is there some kind of hidden evil plot coming from this offer of help? Okay. Respondents in 2 low-income countries, the Philippines and Pakistan, indicated their willingness to accept or not accept. Oh no. Is the algorithm still like, is the algorithm still causing problems if I say this? Am I allowed to say this on stream? Like, I assume it's fine by now, but you know what? It's fine. I just say vaccine donations. So, 2 respondents in 2 low-income countries, the Philippines and Pakistan, indicated their willingness to accept or not accept vaccine donations from 2 higher status countries. Oh, that's an interesting choice of phrase. I would say higher income countries. China and the US. Results showed that the perceived motivation of the outgroup nation for providing help was associated with rejection or acceptance of help, mediated by emotional reactions to help. Okay, right. Yeah, better safe than sorry, definitely. I don't want to say words that are going to get me like banned off Twitch. But it's science, so it should be fine. And also like, okay. Yeah, no, I think it will be fine. I'll just be careful with what I'm saying. So they are looking at how people think about the outgroup. So, you know, the national group that isn't them. We're thinking about whether that influences how likely they are to trust that donation of vaccines, and then mediated by emotional reactions to the help. Mediation is something that came up in one of Fire's streams that I tuned into. It's a type of basically just a statistical model, but we're kind of seeing whether the emotional reaction can explain any relationship. But we'll see. We'll probably see. Are we going to see a? Let's find out very quickly. Is there a kind of? Yeah, there is. Okay, good. We love that. We love when there is a visualization of what they're talking about. That makes it a lot easier to explain. Okay. So, a perception that outgroup nations donate vaccines to demonstrate and assert their superiority and power, that they donate vaccines to keep the outgroup dependent on the in-group, and a perception that they donate vaccines out of self-interest were all associated with rejection of the donations. Whereas if they're perceived as being motivated by a genuine concern for the in-group, it was associated with acceptance. Okay, so I guess the summary of that, the way that I would reword that, is that basically if we think that they are donating the vaccines for some kind of reason that benefits them rather than some kind of reason that's genuinely trying to benefit us, then we're more likely to be suspicious of it. The thing about psychology papers is that sometimes you read them and you're like, this seems like common sense. and that's true. But sometimes common sense is wrong, so it's still important to study this stuff. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but this sounds like Game of Thrones-esque. Yeah. I've never seen Game of Thrones either, which is really, really bad because I live in Ireland and it was filmed in Ireland. And everyone's like, oh, you live there. You must have watched that. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. But it does kind of sound Game of Thrones-esque, doesn't it? It does a little bit. It's only troublesome if you spread false information, but better safe than sorry. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And this is obviously like a published paper in a Journal of Applied Social Psychology. So it's a good journal. I've never heard of any of these people, to be honest, but I have heard of 2 of the universities, and I know that they're decent ones. So yeah, and also it's funded by like Research England Global Challenges Research Fund. So that's a prestigious fund. So put together, this seems to be a decent paper. But you can't just rely on that stuff. You have to read the actual paper too. Hi, Meta Knight. You managed to make it to the stream, but we'll probably just be lurking. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. We've got a lurk message now, I think. So I think if you type in like !lurk, it should come up with a message. I think. That's the one. Yes, it works. Oh, that makes me so happy. You can unlurk as well, I think. I don't know if there's like a limit to how often it can do it. Sometimes the bot gets very stressed. Yeah, okay. I think the bot's it's having a moment. It's like me, it can only cope with so many things at once. But yeah, we love lurkers. Shout out to all the lurkers. The bot got stressed, yeah. Sleeping time. Okay, right. What else is in this? A perception that donations by the outgroup. Okay, yeah, we already said that. Findings confirm that political intergroup relations are related to attitudes about whether the in-group nation should accept help or not. Okay, no, that's fine. I love this. Theoretical and applied implications are discussed. Yes, thank you for that broad sweeping statement that tells me exactly what you're going to talk about. That's so helpful. That's like a sentence where they're like, oh no, it says on the requirements that we need to mention the theoretical and applied implications. Like, so they've just written that. Which, I'm not going to lie, I'm guilty of doing that, but come on. You could at least say what kind of implications. Like, that upsets me. Okay. Right, so, introduction. I have a feeling this whole bit at the beginning is going to be about vaccinations. I don't really want to get into that, but yeah, we can just kind of assume that this is a science paper and therefore it will say what you expect a scientist to say about it. Yeah, there was donations of vaccines happening during the time that happened in the last few years that we will not talk about extensively. Largely from high-income countries to lower-income countries, because that is generally how these things tend to work. Although, interestingly, there were cases where it was between high-income countries as well. For example, the EU initiative for it. But yeah, we're not going to focus too much on this. What we will say is, the literature of the psychology of intergroup helping suggests that offers of help, such as donations, are not always gratefully accepted. Under certain circumstances, offers of assistance can be met with suspicion and resistance. So, they're seeing whether that applies to this context too. Very cool. We like that. This kind of research is very nice. I like it. It's useful. It's applying what we think about how people work to the actual real world and seeing if that is actually how they work. I love that. Okay. We're not going to read this because it's more of the things that I probably shouldn't be talking about on stream. Okay, right. The psychology of intergroup helping. This should be fine. Okay, right. It's well established that offers of help are influenced by group identities and group-related variables such as the strength of group identification, perceived group norms, and subjectively perceived in-group or out-group category memberships of those in need of assistance. Okay, validation study, Pog, for real. We love that. We love that. So, okay, one of my personal gripes with papers in general is when they just like jump into a topic under the assumption that you're already an expert in the area and you know what all these words mean. Now that's not to speak ill of, I've already forgotten their names. Hannah, Zagefa, and colleagues. This is important study, but just assuming that people know what like group identities and group-related variables such as strength of group identification, perceived group norms, and subjectively perceived in-group or out-group category memberships of those in need of assistance. Just assuming that people know what that means, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. So I might explain this real quick. So, group identities. So there's this concept in social psychology where our self-concept, so the idea that we have about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, is it's built of kind of two key elements. First of all, there is individual factors, so things like our personality traits and how we enjoy spending our time and what our job is. And then there are group level identities. So, for example, the kind of social categories that you can be placed into. So, for example, my individual identities might be that I am kind of, I don't know, I'm a psychologist. No, that's a group. It's very hard to distinguish these sometimes. An individual identity might be that I am maybe introverted, so I like to spend time by myself, and that I like to spend my time drawing pictures, I guess. Yeah. And then a group identity would be something like my family or my where I grew up, like my hometown, if that means something to my identity, or categories that other people put me into. So, for example, people look at me and they're like, okay, that's a woman. Cool. So it can be kind of smaller groups like family units, or it can be large societal level groups such as, your gender or your ethnicity or your nationality, things like that. I agree, check the references, Fivehead, for real. Can you see how many references that they've just listed off here? And there's like some cheeky self-references in there too. Like, I respect it. I do the same thing, but like, come on. Define your keywords. That's like the first thing that I tell my students is define your keywords. Raise his hand. What are you raising your hand for, Salty? Can I call you Salty? Is that okay? Or do you prefer Salty Able? But yeah, I don't know. It annoys me when people don't define their keywords. Like, don't assume people know what group identities are. At least just, it takes a sentence. Like, come on. I know that the word count is strict, but come on. Okay. So we've covered group identities. Strength of group identification is basically just how much you identify with the groups that you're shoved into. Hi, Nuzin. Welcome in. So for example, I'm a woman. How much do I identify with being a woman? That's what the strength of group identification means. So how much is being a woman a really important part of my identity? It could be really, really important. It could be really, really not important. Perceived group norms is so every social group, when they all kind of interact with each other in society, they kind of have ways of going about things. This is much more notable and kind of like visible with like cultural groups. So, for example, if you, if you have like a group of Japanese people and a group of American people, then chances are they're going to behave slightly differently because they have different group norms. So, for example, actually, here's a good example. Trains. I've heard that trains in Japan and buses in Japan are very, very quiet. And that would be a group norm of being quiet whilst you're on public transport. In the UK, people just like whip out their phones. They're having like conversations. Some people will just blast drill at the back of the bus, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? Like it happens outside of London as well. Like you will be in the middle of nowhere, like in rural like Wales, and there's still some teenager blasting like music in the back of the bus. It's so weird. Yeah, they really do. It's a real thing. Salty is fine. Okay, good. Yes, yeah, no, a woman would be a group category, yeah. You're not late. It's fine, Newson. It's fine. Well, hi, Lord to Basil. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, no, blasting drill is actually a thing. I wish it wasn't. I don't know why this is a thing, but it's very strange. Originally drill was like a type of music that's associated with more deprived parts of London, and now it's like a status symbol. It's really odd. I know really posh people that will act as though they are like from the rough bits of London, and I'm like, please stop. You're hurting me. You're causing me pain. No, please stop. Thank you so much for the sub, Lord to Basil. Thank you. Yay. Yay. I don't really know. Wait, can I? Yay. Thank you. Very cool. You've joined the group of research assistants. Currently, there's 2 of you. So you've got a 6-month research assistant contract. Wow, you have to help me now, unfortunately, with my research. That's the trade-off. It's a bit of a scam, really. It's like an internship, except you pay money to do the internship. That's actually how a lot of psychology internships work, unfortunately. We don't get paid for things. I'm from South London. You can't chat with me, bruv. Bro, you went to private school. That's for real. Seriously, they'll be like, nah, man, I'm from Croydon. I'm from South London. And then it's like, you're not. You're from Surrey. You went on a gap year to Vietnam. Like, please. Honestly. Actually, that's just reminded me. Wait, no, I might have to. Okay, I might have to stop. Just for a minute. Because there is something absolutely amazing. It's my favourite piece of drill ever. I need to find it. Wait. Have you ever seen the posh British drill rapper? Drill on Psydere stream? Yeah, it's finally happening. You get it. Fine. Am I going to get DMCA'd for this? I hope not. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to link it, and you can watch it in your own time. Is this going to work? Primary. Put this away for a second. Okay, right. This one. Unknown P, Fire in the Booth. Check that out. It's really funny. It's really, really funny. Here's the link. There you go. This is like my favorite thing ever. But like he's trying to be a drill artist. It's a comedian. So he's doing his thing. But look at him. Dressed up in his little posh people outfit. It's amazing. We love it. I'm trying to get like a coloured bit. Why is it all black and white? I will cover this. If we ever there you go. That's the karaoke stream I will do, okay? I will do this. This is the only drill that I will ever cover. Also, I love how this is just outing me as being a Maury Calliope rap fan. This is really okay, we're putting this away now. But yeah. If I there you go. You said you wanted a karaoke stream. That'll be what I do. We need to think of a goal. What could the goal be? What could the goal be that makes me do the drill? He has a very Jude Bellingham-esque side profile. I don't know who that is. Why do you know so many people that I've never heard of? Jude? Why did this come? Oh, it's another footballer, of course. I should have expected. I can't see a side profile. Maybe a little bit? Nah. They've got different head shape. Just me just like analysing the head shape. This is definitely not... That's not good. Most popular English footballer. I literally know nothing about football. I don't follow football. I know nothing about this. We're making it out of Birmingham with this one. Oh my gosh. Birmingham. Birmingham's a place. I've been to Birmingham and it was an experience. Okay, now I want to see if I can find... I don't think I'll be able to actually. I've got this picture from when I went to Birmingham. So I went to Birmingham for a conference because I'm cool. I had to pay for it myself though. And yeah, it was held at like the University of Birmingham, but we kind of explored, because I was staying with a few colleagues, we kind of explored the city a little bit. And the only thing that I remember about it is like the entire city centre is just a shopping centre. Like it is just a shopping mall. And yeah, like you had, in order to get to the train station, you had to walk through this giant shopping centre. But the most cursed thing that I remember about it, and I don't know why this is ingrained in my memory, is that they had their Christmas decorations out, and the Christmas decoration was just a giant emoji, and it was like, it had a Christmas hat on, and it was vomiting a rainbow. And I was like, why is that a Christmas decoration? That doesn't make sense. And then I had to run for my train because I was late because I was eating pizza. So yeah, that's my whole experience of Birmingham. All in all, I would give it a solid 4 out of 10. It's a place. If they really think that they are the second city of the UK, they need to re-evaluate their life choices, because Manchester's a lot better, to be honest. And that's coming from a southerner, so I have no play in this game. Like, I'm from London, I don't care. Does Drake count as UK drill since he hopped on a track with Heady One? No, he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. No, cursed. Most festive Christmas decoration in Birmingham. Actual worst Christmas. It was so bad. Honestly, I might try and find a picture because it was genuinely so cursed. Like, you know when you see something and you're just like, this is not something that I ever wanted to perceive. But I think if I try and dig through all of my files, I'll be looking for ages, so I won't. We'll never finish the paper. You came here for a paper, and I'm getting completely off topic with Christmas decorations. Yeah. 4 out of 10. Yes, 4 out of 10. It is a solid, it's a solid 4 out of 10 as a city, I think. Where's worse? I don't know where I've been that's worse. Telford was pretty bad. I haven't been to... I mean, when I travel around, it's mostly for work. So most of the places I've been to are like places with universities. So if they're not posh, they're at least like they have posh bits, if that makes sense. Yeah. I can tell you the places I like if you're ever interested. I'll tell you all of the places in the UK that I like. But yeah, Birmingham's not on the list, unfortunately, for them. So yeah. You should check out the Let It Go drill remix. Why is that a thing? What? I don't know how to process this. I genuinely am lost for words. How? Why? Why? Just why? Just why? That's it. That's all I've got. Why? Why is that a thing? Oh, the feds never bothered me anyway. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should make a psychology drill. Except I can't do that. I can't. Also, it's like a bit of cultural appropriation, really, because I'm not from that. I'm not from the ends. Like, it's, nah. No, I'm not doing it. No. I get ChatGPT to write one for me. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. I need some water. Wait, 1 second. But I will actually cover the posh drill artist, because that one. What should the goal be for it? What do you? I feel like it needs to be high enough, because I'm humiliating myself for content if I do that. I hope you realize that. So the goal needs to be high enough to make it worth it. And it also needs to be high enough that it's very far away and I don't need to stress about it being immediately around the corner. I need to learn the words and stuff. So, but yeah, maybe we'll get there. Okay, right. Shall we go back to the actual science now? We're streaming in science and technology, and I've not spoken about science in like a solid 10 minutes, which I know is really on brand for us, but not ideal, is it? Not ideal. Yeah, science. Let's go. Hype. Okay, let's get hyped. Okay, right. Did I describe all of these? Perceived group norms, I did. Subjectively perceived in-group or out-group category memberships of those in need of assistance. Does that make sense? So that's basically just like, if you're looking at somebody that needs help, and then you're like assuming what group identities they have. So yeah, so like, I don't know, if somebody's looking at me and I'm like, help, I need help, I'm dying, help, okay, I'm dead now. Then they're looking at me and they're like, that's a VTuber. That's not a flesh tuber, that's a VTuber that needs help. And then they're like, well, I am not a VTuber, therefore that is an out group. Whereas if it was, I don't know, who could be looking at me? If Fi was looking at me, Fi, you're in chat still, right? If Fi was looking at me, Fi would be like, I am a PNG tuber, that's close enough. Wait, that's kind of a VTuber. Yeah, that's an in-group. That counts. Yeah, you're still here, we love that. Can I speak in a Liverpool accent? I mean, I could try, but it would be trying. I am not from Liverpool. It would go terribly. Should I make it a redeem where I have to talk, if I'm reading a paper, I have to talk in an accent for like a minute or two? I mean, yeah, I could try and speak in a Liverpool accent, but I don't want to offend people. If I ever saw a VTuber in real life, I'd probably go home and take a nap. Yeah, I think that's probably a sign of sleep deprivation or substance abuse, possibly. Flesh tube is such a weird term. It sounds like some kind of alien. Maybe they are aliens. I don't know how you can actually just get on camera and show your face like that. That's wild. I could never. Your avatar's actually currently live 2D, but same with what you said at this. Oh, yeah, zero budget. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. The rigging. I love that. Yeah, I don't have anybody that I could ask to do the rigging. So I'm just gonna like actually save up and then, but then I need to change my character design a little bit as well. So there might be little tweaks before then. But the goal is to one day have a live 2D. I can't afford it. And you can make free anime girl with VOD Studio. So that's what I did. Yeah. Okay, right. Science. Let's stop getting off topic. We're doing science. Science. Okay, right. Okay, we've talked about all of this now. Cool. Right. The importance of group variables has also been shown specifically for prosocial behavior in the context of the thing. Group processes matter for how people respond to it, including their propensity to offer and receive help. Okay. For example, those more strongly identified with their community were found to be more willing to act in ways that protect other community members, such as by receiving a vaccine. Oh, interesting. I think that's probably a different one. Other work in the context of the thing has shown that although national identification was found to be linked to willingness to help national in-group members cope with it, national identification was also found to reduce willingness to act in ways that protect national out-group members. Okay, so that means that obviously this thing was like a big international thing. It affected lots of people. It affected lots of countries. Actually, like all of the countries, I think. And the way that people identify with their country, so their national identity, the degree of national identification, played a role in how they were thinking about it as an event, as a concept, as a bad vibe. Yeah, okay, cool. And then that in turn also affected their behavior. So yeah, if there is a country that somebody has strong opinions about, then maybe they were less likely to act in ways that would protect that group. Interesting. Okay. What this body of research demonstrates is that group memberships matter in helping decisions and in how helping is perceived, and also in the context of global thingies and decisions to share health resources. Okay. Yeah. You have to leave class early. Oh, okay. No problem. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We will have a good stream. I will only be streaming for another hour anyway because I am hungry, really hungry, actually. And I'm not good at planning. I didn't eat beforehand. Oh dear. But yeah, have a good day. Have a good evening. Enjoy. Bye bye. Okay, so an important approach to this context is the intergroup helping as status relations model. Okay, let's highlight that. Intergroup relations as status model. And we've got lots of lovely... Is this somebody on the paper? No, it isn't. Okay, cool. We like that. Wait, is it? No, okay. That, my children, is an example of a working memory failure. I should do a class about memory at some point, shouldn't I? Okay. The model suggests that high status groups can provide dependency orientated or autonomy orientated help to low status groups. Autonomy orientated help is truly enabling and empowering for low status groups, whereas dependency orientated help is designed to keep the low status group dependent on the high status group and to fortify the high status group's dominance. Ooh, interesting. So, this idea that a powerful group could help in a way that actually benefits them is backed up by the research, apparently, which is interesting. Let me just highlight this whole bit because otherwise I will be confused and lost and stressed. There we go. Okay. Zoom back in. Is that good? I hope so. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is going to tie into what is called... sorry, I like zoom around papers all the time. It's a really bad habit. I need to stop doing it while I'm on stream. I think this is probably going to be based a little bit on system justification theory. So that is a theory which basically says that the way that we think about how different groups are ordered in society is high status groups tend to try and think about groups in a way that would maintain their place at the top, and groups that are at the bottom, they kind of get into this cycle where they feel dependent on the higher group. And this is a very, very basic and not entirely accurate summary of system justification theory, but bear with me. They kind of feel like they can't leave, and they also kind of feel like they're dependent on the high status group. And that means that it kind of creates a feedback loop which maintains the positions that everybody's at. So I guess you could probably think about this maybe in terms of streamers. So you might look at, I don't know, agencies like Hololive, Nijisanji, Vshoujo, like, you know, they're high status. If you manage to get in there, you're like sorted. That's something that I've heard before. Not necessarily an opinion I endorse, I would like to add. But yeah, where that's the argument. Whereas like if you're a small independent streamer, you don't have the same support, and then you might kind of get into this cycle where you're thinking, well, I don't have the resources and everything that they have, so I'll just kind of be comfortable with my, I don't know, 3 people watching my stream, for example. So yeah, it creates this kind of reinforcing cycle, but this kind of happens at a systemic level. So it's not something that people would even be conscious of happening. Now, system justification theory is very it's got some it's got some points where it could be clearer. It's also got some points where it could be a bit easier to falsify. So it's not something that's like unilaterally endorsed by social psychologists. But the idea that high status groups tend to be motivated to maintain their status is very well documented. So yeah, that's the thing. So I guess in this analogy, it would be like, yeah, the agency streamers kind of acting in ways that kind of, keep a clique, and they don't necessarily let independent streamers into the clique, and then they kind of take the opportunities and resources for themselves. I know that's not how it actually works. We're just using it as an example. Confused, lost, stressed equals academia. Yeah, for real, for real. I feel confused and lost and stressed on a daily basis. Can confirm. In fact, I felt like that today as I was like screaming and crying over a grant that I'm trying to get sorted. Oh my gosh, let's not go into that. That is a whole thing. Okay. Intergroup helping dynamics are affected by the type of help, autonomy versus dependency, that is offered, as well as other intergroup variables such as the stability of status relations and the degree of in-group identification on the part of the recipients. So yeah, this different types of help. So whether it's the type of help that's genuine, like trying to genuinely support somebody, like support a group, or if it's the type of help that's kind of seeming to support them but actually maintaining dominance. It's dependent on a whole bunch of other stuff, including how much the recipients identify with their in-group. So talking on that national context again, that would be like, for example, how much I identify as being British, for example. Does that make me more inclined to accept autonomous help? Does it make me more inclined to accept or reject dependent help? Interesting question. Okay. Other identity relevant variables such as intergroup trust. That's pretty obvious what that means, right? That's just how much different groups trust each other. Threat to group identity. So if you have a group identity, you can have it threatened. So that basically means somebody or something has come along and it has made you question whether you genuinely hold that identity. Yeah, if somebody came into chat and was like, what is this? Why are you teaching science? That's not what VTubers are meant to do. Then that would threaten my group identity as a VTuber, right? It's kind of like that. Not entirely, but kind of. It's close enough. And common group identity. So this is when you've got a kind of overarching identity that encompasses all of the sub-identities. So I said earlier, there's like VTubers, and then PNG tubers, and then there is, like real face cam streamers. Weird. But they all come under the umbrella of streamers or YouTubers. So yeah, that's a thing. Enjoy your lurk, Salty. Oh, my stomach just rumbled. I'm so sorry if you heard that. That's really embarrassing. Oh dear. I need some food. The overarching identity is a common group identity. It's a group identity that unites groups together. An important insight by work inspired by Nadler and Habibi's 2006 model is that intergroup helping that might look benevolent on the surface might actually be motivated by self-serving interests. So yeah, that's kind of the core of the model, to be honest. I don't know why they've highlighted that. I thought that was kind of obvious from their explanation, but cool. Indeed, within the literature on intergroup helping, there are several important contributions that show that intergroup helping can be motivated by different factors. This is another section where they're just stating the obvious, isn't it? Oh dear. Helping might result from empathy and true altruistic concern for others, or it might be motivated by a desire to keep the other inferior and dependent in subtle ways. Ooh, spicy. Okay, I had a really bad joke come into my head and I had to really filter myself. I should start doing a Neurosummer impression when I want to do something like cursed. Filtered. No, okay. Or by reputation management concerns and desire to make the in-group appear in a positive light. 1984. For real. Okay, so reputation management concerns, that's kind of just what it says on the tin, really. It's thinking about how people think about yourself or your in-group. And then trying to offset any bad thoughts that they might have. So like, I don't know, if someone comes in and is like, ugh, VTubers are cringe, like, then I might try and offset that concern by behaving not cringe. Quite difficult for me, to be honest. And then me trying to act not cringe would then be reputation management. Okay. Importantly, helping offered to in-group and out-group members can often be motivated by different factors. Yeah. Am I missing something? Is it me, or do they keep ending every paragraph with like a generic statement that they've already said? Ugh, confusing. Okay. What is far less well understood to date are the assumptions recipients make about why they are being helped by the outgroup. Okay, so there's a lot of focus on why people do the helping, and there's not really as much research about how people feel about being helped. While actual motives of the helper have been studied, the perceptions of recipients of the help about the motives driving the helping have been neglected in intergroup settings, and this present contribution will take steps towards redressing this. Very cool. We love that. Okay. You know what? I'm going to highlight this bit too, because I am reading this for the stream. We're going through this together, but I also want to keep the notes for myself. I'm going to highlight this bit. This bit. Cool. Okay. Only a handful of studies have focused on how the beneficiaries' motives are perceived by the recipients of intergroup help. Noted. Yes. Look, I'm not being funny. If we're going to do a journal club, then I might as well like keep the notes, you know? This is helpful for me too, because I can turn up to my next research group meeting that I go to and I can be like, I read a paper. Can you believe it? I'm so good. I'm so good at my job. Yeah. Very fair. Yeah. Look, I'm trying to teach everybody, but I'm trying to learn too. This is a two-way thing. And also, when people ask questions, it really helps me understand my own thinking about the paper too. So if you have any questions about anything, please do just put them in chat because I love to hear them. Okay. So, Fisher and colleagues suggested early on that recipients' attributions for the help, that is, naive theories of why the donor or helper offers their assistance, can affect whether or not the help will be accepted or rejected. Halabi et al. Showed that Israeli Arabs viewed help by Israeli Jews often as being motivated by attempts to reinforce the existing hierarchy and to assert the Israeli Jews' dominance. Ooh, interesting. Sim and Sturmer? I don't know how to do the ooh. Found that attributions of egoistic or truly altruistic motives varied according to the status of the helper and helpee. There's no... Did they miss out? They missed out the citation date. Shaking my head. Mashuri et al. Found that an Indonesian setting that recipients of help can hold conspiratorial beliefs about why the help is offered. Ooh, we're straying into conspiracy theories. That's spicy. Which capture belief that help is offered to undermine the in-group. Okay, so there's not much evidence. But there's a few studies doing this. So they weren't lying when they said a handful of studies. Assertion of power was also a motive that was attributed to helpers in this setting, as was perceived motivation to appear generous and to demonstrate competence. None of these motives were associated with acceptance of aid, whereas a perception that aid was offered out of true sympathy with the Indonesian recipients was. The present work follows these previous contributions by focusing on perceived motives in two novel contexts, the Philippines and Pakistan. Cool. I need a drink. My reading voice is starting to hurt me. How are we all doing? Are we all following along so far? Is this kind of making sense? Thank you for the hydrate redeem. I needed that. What is et al. At the end of names? It's a fancy Latin way for saying and mates. And colleagues. Yes. So it's basically Halabi and their mates did a thing. Yeah. Sorry if you can hear my my cup noises. You're understanding this paper much better than the first one. That's good. Yeah, I think that sometimes social psychology in particular is very nice because it's a little bit of common sense, I guess. The concepts are a lot easier to explain for me personally because it's what I know. But it's also just, I don't know, it just kind of makes a bit more sense. It's a lot easier to come up with examples because social identities are just such a, like, they're just a part of everyday life. If I'm talking about social identity, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Like, if I describe it, you get it. Whereas the meta science paper was a lot more, what's the way to describe it? A lot more. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. I didn't get to read the message though. I'm so sorry. That's so kind of you. We've got another research assistant. We love it. Wait, I'm so sorry, everybody. I need another drink. My throat is so scratchy. Okay, right. So, MRI scanners and fish scanning were too much for you? Yeah, they were a lot, to be honest. Yeah, the whole thing was meta science. I think is very cool, but you do need a basic understanding of science to be able to do it. Really, it's honestly why I've had a hard time justifying doing biology journal clubs. Too much context to share before things start making sense. Yeah, no, psychology. We have a massive advantage because genuinely, like, a big chunk of what we do is just it's just common sense, but not. Okay, right. So I'm not gonna lie, my throat is really, really hurting. So I want to go and get like an actual, like a better drink, if that's okay with everybody. So I'm gonna put up a BRB screen for like a couple of minutes, maybe like 3 minutes, and then I will come back and we will continue. Is that okay with everybody? I don't know why I'm saying it. That is that okay? This is my class, and I would normally do a break every 50 minutes in a lecture anyway, which is why I'm like, I'm dying. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I will see you in a few minutes. Hello, class. I am back. I am back. I made the terrible mistake of eating a biscuit, and then it got like it just went everywhere, and then I'm like, oh no, why did I do that? And Lord to Basil, you cheered with 100 bits. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so kind. So nice. Did you listen to the Unknown Pedro? What do you think? I think it's iconic. I think it's amazing. It's fire. It's really fire in the booth. You're just getting your points up. Look, yeah, somebody's got to be on top of the leaderboard, and it's going to be you. You're doing good. Crumpet? What do you mean crumpet? I didn't have a crumpet. I had a biscuit. I had a chocolate digestive. A dark chocolate digestive. Wait, I should have checked that this. Okay, no, I did. Yeah, okay. I'm not. I can eat this. Hello, Eat Potato. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Unknown P is great. You know what's up, Matt. You know what's up. Absolutely iconic. My favourite drill artist. Something Stochastic's back online. Can we get a shout out to the mod? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, no, I didn't have a crumpet. I don't have any crumpets. It's very sad. Actually, I don't have any bread in the house, which is very, very sad. Which, yeah, bread is like, I'm like one of those anime characters that loves bread. You know, like the really, really like tropey ones, like that one from who was it? Was it Honoka from Love Live? Oh my gosh. I have a bread problem. If you give me bread, I'm like, yes. Yes, please. Chocolate digestives is one of your favorites? You know what's up. You know what's up. Good taste. Good taste. The drill is elegant. Yes, that's such a good word for it. It is elegant. Thank you so much for the follow, Yeet Potato. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up. What's going on? I'm not used to things happening. I'm just trying to read a paper. I also love bread money. Yes, that too. That too. No, I'm talking about the wheat-based substance. I have just toast, just buttered toast. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I've got a problem. If I could eat nothing but bread and it would be healthy, I would actually do it. Like, I would do it. I'm not even joking, but it's not healthy. It's very, very not healthy. So, oh no, my phone's going off. Everything's going wrong. What's happening? Oh my gosh. Also, I've been informed that my nya earlier has been clipped. Do we think that that should be my one of my notification noises? Is a rare nya? What do we think? What do we think? Oh, you want to fix yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Oh, see, we call jelly jam here. Jelly is a different thing in the UK. Unless you're in the UK too, I don't know. In which case it's jam. PB and jam. Sucks when you don't have PB, nor sandwich. Yeah, that's... Actually, I have a lot of peanut butter in the cupboard now that I think about it. And I have a tiny, tiny, tiny little jam. And yeah, that's it. So I could make like a lot of portions of the peanut butter, but I could only make one of the peanut butter and jam. Very sad. Yeah, it's a good notification sound. Someone should clip the filter too. I can do it again if you want to. Filtered. How's that? Was that good? What do we think? Or did it need to be a bit slower? I might have been a bit too hyped. I'm on a sugar rush because of the digestives. Filtered. Maybe that's better. You can decide. Decide your best filtered. Okay. Oh, see now wait, are they still doing the subathon? We're gonna have to go and raid them now, aren't we? After I finish. Just purely for that. Yeah, they are. They're still doing the subathon. Okay. Well, we know who we're raiding today, unless someone wants to use their redeem to do something else. Who's Neuro? Neuro-sama. She's AI. She's an AI VTuber. Yeah, very, very unhinged. As you can imagine, because she's trained. So she's like a machine learning model that's been trained entirely on chat, which, yeah, it makes some things happen. It's pretty wild, to be honest. But yeah, what were we doing? We were reading a paper. We were indeed. Okay, so where do we get to? We are looking at donations by higher status resource-rich countries to lower status resource-poor countries. Hydrate, thank you. Thank you, Yeet Potato. Oh my gosh, I really, really need it today because my throat is... it's just like tradition that I get ill before Christmas every single year. I think it's going to happen again this year. It's very sad. I wish I could show you my bottle. It's from a conference, but then that would... tell you what conferences I go to, which that could be a problem. Okay, right. Where do we get to? Yes, recipients. Whether they perceive it as being as an assertion of power. Warm water for the win. No, it's cold. What do you take me for? Come on. An assertion of power, reinforcement of dependency of the lower status group, or plain self-interest by the higher status group. In contrast, they might also be perceived by recipients as a consequence of genuine care and concern for the in-group. So, without reading the paper yet, I reckon... Also, we're clearly just getting through the introduction today. We're not doing the methods and results and discussion today. We'll split it up into two, like we did last time. But my guess would be that they are going to... Oh, we read the abstract, so I can't really guess, actually. That's a fail on my part, isn't it? Oh yes, getting doxxed from the bottle. Genuinely, because it tells you exactly the conference I went to. It's like literally got the name of the conference, where it was, and then like the society that organized it. So yeah, it could. And it's not like it's a pretty big conference. Like there was a few thousand people there, but it still narrows it down enough, right? So because all of it's public. Blasphemy against coughs and colds. Look, I don't want one. I don't want one. I'm not about that life. I don't mind having a cough or like sneezing, but it's when when your throat gets all scratchy and you want to talk, that's the worst. That makes me sad. Wait, conferences have merch? Yeah, you get free stuff. The last one that I went to, I didn't get anything. I got a pen. That was rubbish. But the other one that I went to in the summer, oh my gosh, it was so good for free merch. It was like water bottles. I got a water bottle. I got a like a tote bag with like a journal that they run, printed on it. And I got a lanyard, a custom lanyard. That was very nice. Yeah. Does Neuro deserve a shout out? No. We're gonna go raid them. It's fine. We're gonna go and raid Neuro and Vedal. And I wonder if Vedal's on the stream. I don't know. Either way, we get a shout out from Neuro if we do that anyway, so it's fine. We get the shout out is the raid, let's be honest. And like they don't need us. It's just funny. I have been helping out with actually I'll tell you at the end. At the end, remind me when we finish this introduction, remind me to tell you about the canvas because there is something that I've been helping out with on the canvas and it needs to be protected. Okay. Right. So, where did we get to? We got to perceived malevolent. There we go. Yes. Perceived malevolent motives, a desire to assert one's power, a desire to keep the in-group dependent, and self-interests were expected to be associated with more negative emotional reactions, and perceived benevolent motives, genuine concern and care for the in-group, were expected to be associated with less negative emotional reactions. That is just a really fancy way of saying that we think that if we think that you're helping us for your own gain, then we're doing it, then we're going to respond badly. That's it. That's all they're saying. That's all they're saying. What? That's all they're saying. Honestly, big fancy words in papers. There's no need for it. No need for it. Free stuff is always the best. Yeah, for real, for real. For real. Actually, I think that like most of the pens that I have were just free. They were just given to me. Brain fart? Me. my permanent like state of existence is brain fart, let's be honest. When I need more words, I break don't to do not. Yeah. Yeah. So, although if you're writing an essay, you shouldn't be using don't anyway, because that's a contraction and it's informal language, and you should be sticking with the formal do not regardless. Get the word count up, for real, for real. This paper does feel like there's a little bit of word count weirdness going on, to be honest, because they didn't define their terms, but then they're like putting the summary sentence at the end of every paragraph. Although I've heard that some psychologists will just go through and read the last sentence of every paragraph to just try and skim read it, which is kind of understandable. There's too many papers coming out, but yeah, oh well, it's fine. We're reading the actual paper. I hope that that makes them happy. I'd be happy if somebody read my paper on stream. Okay. They're really hitting us with the TLDR, honestly. That, you know what? Isn't that just what an abstract is as well? It's just a TLDR of the paper. That's what it is. Okay. Political intergroup relations impacting on psychological responses to intergroup help. The model by Nadler and Halabi that conceptualizes helping relations in terms of status relations was inspired by observations regarding political dynamics. It outlines that behaviour between members of different ethnic or national groups can be influenced by international political relations between nations and nation states. So yeah, how you feel about a group can be influenced by the political situation linked to that group. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. But again, if you've got any questions, just ask them. I want to hear them. Work charting the effects of international politics on the psychology of individual members of nation states has also been conducted in the context of donations. For example, Sun and colleagues found that perceived China-Japan intergroup concerns about historical conflicts about geographical border disputes impacted on Chinese donors' willingness to come to the aid of Japanese victims of an earthquake. Ooh, and they did this in 2013. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Evidence that perceptions of intergroup assistance offered by the in-group are shaped by political context also comes from the Philippines specifically. De Guzman and Montiel found that foreign aid can be interpreted by the recipients as a valuable resource, but it can also be perceived in a potentially negative term, such as a profiteering enterprise. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, if they feel like you're going to gain something from it as a country, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you're doing it. It's all just a scam. It's clear then that I feel like this is now saying a lot of the same thing over and over again, don't you? I really do feel like that. Let's see. Political relations are important. Let's not get into politics too much here. Honestly, it is a bit of a recycle, isn't it? They're taking a long time to say something, and the something is different countries have different opinions about each other. Okay, right. This is so they're working with Filipinos and Pakistanis. So they're looking at their perceptions of the countries that are doing the donating, so China and the US. So there's concern in the Philippines about China's ambitions. Okay. There's local tensions. Cool. Philippine opinion makers form a widely Oh. Okay, yeah, this is getting too political. We're not reading this. Okay, so let's just go with the TLDR that Filipinos have more positive attitudes towards Americans or America as a country, the US, compared to China. In general, not always, varies by subgroup within the Philippines, but yeah, that's broadly what it's going to say. And then on the flip side, Pakistanis think the opposite. They regard the US with skepticism, but they're more favourable towards China. That's it. We're not getting into the politics. I don't want to do that. Go and read about it on Wikipedia. On the basis of the literature reviewed above, a model was hypothesized. Oh, okay. So they've chosen Filipinos and Pakistanis on purpose, probably partially because that's where the researchers are based, and it's easy for them to get the samples. But also because they form opposites. So there's one group that's positive towards the US and negative towards China. There's another group that's positive towards China and negative towards the US. So they can compare them. Cool. You want a link to the paper? Of course. It is this one. I don't know how to... Oh, wait. There you go. There you are. There you go. That's the paper. On the basis of the literature reviewed above, a model was hypothesized that specifies a perception that outgroup helping is malevolently motivated by a desire for power, self-interest, and a desire to keep response dependent. Will be associated with more negative emotions about receiving assistance. So what they're going to do is they're going to compare how Filipinos and Pakistanis respond to the US versus China, giving them this donation. They're going to be looking at the same model, but in different populations to see how it varies. And what you would expect is the same pattern, but reversed, basically. So Pakistanis would have more negative response towards the US, and the Filipinos would have a more negative response towards China. That's my understanding of where they're going with this anyway, but let's read it. The hypotheses are important, as we have learned from previous streams. Okie dokes. So, this is their model. A perception that outgroup helping is malevolently motivated by a desire for power, self-interest, and a desire to keep the recipients dependent will be associated with more negative emotions about receiving assistance. So if you're doing it for sussy reasons, we don't like that. A perception that outgroup helping is benevolently motivated by genuine concern for the in-group will be associated with fewer negative emotions about receiving assistance. So if you're actually trying to be a nice person, we like that. We like that. That's good. Negative emotions, in turn, will be positively associated with rejection of the help that is offered. So, yeah, if you think it's saucy and you don't like it, you're going to be like, nah, mate, keep that away from me. Not a fan. Taken together, it was expected that motives attributed to the outgroup for helping will indirectly impact the rejection of offers on help, mediated via emotional reactions. So that's just them. That's them specifying what the model, but in technical terms. Okay. Moreover, it was expected that geopolitical constellations would impact constellations. Ooh, fancy. You know, I'm starting to wonder if you're right, Nuzan. Maybe this is a little bit of ChatGPT. I wouldn't blame him. Like, you know, put in your bullet points and it gives you something. But that constellations is not a word that I've ever used in a I've never heard that in a geopolitical context. I don't know if that's the right use of it actually, but you know, it's cute. I kind of like it. Yeah, no, I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. It's like, instead of everybody fighting each other, we're all just sparkly. Kira kira. We love that. Okay. Given the prevailing concerns about the groups, it was expected that Filipino participants would believe that vaccine donations from China would be more malevolently motivated than from the US, and that donations from China would be less benevolently motivated than from the US. And then they basically expect that would also be associated with more negative reactions, okay? And then the opposite pattern in Pakistan. That's pretty straightforward. So that's their model. There you go. Malevolent motives, benevolent motives. So this has a positive impact on negative emotions. It creates more. Benevolent motives have a negative, so they are associated with less. And then the negative emotions, in turn, are associated with increased rejection of help. What does Ursa Major have to do with geopolitics? Homie is an astrology now. Yeah, honestly, it's like, you know those like horoscope girls? This is the paper for them. Like, that's how you sell it to them. I'm trying to sell you psychology with anime, and I'm doing a terrible job of it right now. Like, they're trying to sell like geopolitical relations to astrology girls. Incredible. It's such a big brain move. There's such good marketing. Now we just need to think about how to link it into gemstones. We love that. How do you read so fast? It's literally my job. My job is reading like this. Like, if I'm reading a paper by myself, this kind of paper, I could probably, how many pages is this? 12? I could do this in an hour if I was by myself. So, yeah. Now explain it with Hitalia cancellation, any percent. We are not touching Hitalia. Oh, no. We are not going near Hitalia. Ugh. That's a crazy analogy, but why do I enter the stream into astrology? It's valid. It made sense in the context. Astrology is not valid as a field. Let me just clarify that. Don't clip that. Astrology is not valid as a field, but in the context of the discussion, it was valid. Oh, I'm doing a great job, and you're going to recommend me to a psychology friend. Thank you. Oh, I'm doing my best. It gives me hope that maybe one day I could actually pivot off and be a teacher if I ever needed to. It's as valid as your parking permit. Oh no. Oh yeah, maybe you should get that renewed, my friend. Oh dear. Okay, right. Back to why Pakistan hates the US. No, we're not doing that. Okay. This was their study. So they're testing all of this model here. For some reason, they haven't put the countries' international relations on the model, which makes sense because this is a conceptual model, but it is quite important for what they're researching. So, yeah, that's what a Leo would say. Well, my streaming anniversary was the 10th of November. I don't know what that makes me. What's my star sign, chat? What's my blood type? This is very important so that we know how compatible we are. Okay, 2 cross-sectional online surveys were conducted simultaneously in the 2 countries to test these predictions. May and June of 2021. Study 1 asked Filipino participants about their acceptance or rejection of vaccines donated to the Philippines by China and the US. Study 2 focused on a sample of Pakistani participants to ask about the same issues. The aim of conducting 2 studies in 2 national settings was to replicate the predicted pattern in 2 independent national settings. In both settings, perceived motives were assumed to impact the rejection or acceptance of help. Yes. I think that's a nice little summary of what they're doing. Blood type C. Yes. No, my blood type is P for psychology. P psychology. The P is silent. Blood type P. Demonstration of this pattern in 2 separate national settings would yield stronger support for the predictions than if evidence only came from one setting or country. This, my friends, is something that we call converging evidence. Yay! We love converging evidence. Yay! We love converging evidence. So it's when you've got different types of evidence coming together to show you the same thing, basically. They show you the same pattern that you're expecting, but from different perspectives. That's the summary of it. P for petroleum. Yes, I am in fact made of... My blood is petrol. I am dying. I have been poisoned. Sagittarius. Yes, I think... Sag... I don't know how to spell it either. That's the word. I don't know. I don't know how to spell that. Blood type P, just like our pal unknown P. Yeah, my blood type is unknown P. Fire in the booth. Yeah. Shout out to Martha. Oh no, it's Martin and Tabitha, isn't it? Shout out to Martin and Tabitha, currently in the pen for tax evasion. We love that. Sagittarius, yes, that's me. That's my star sign. Very accurate. Is your blood really petrol? Americans might want to have a talk. Well, Americans would say it's gas, but then if if you've got gas in your blood, that's fatal. But then I imagine that having petrol in your blood is also probably fatal. So, yeah. British Petroleum coming for your blood. Is this going to be the new law? Am I like an oil baron? Am I like the secretly the daughter of like a BP executive? I'm not about that. Please don't do that. Please do not make that the law. No, we're not doing that. Stop. I'm insisting that you stop. Anyway, we got to the end of our introduction, so that's that. Oil baron is crazy. No more study. We're done with the study. We're coming back to the rest of it another time when my throat isn't dying. Let me make myself a bit bigger. There we are. I can see you all now. That's good. No, not the smug emote. Anything but that. Oh yeah, what do we think about the new emotes? What do we think about, Right now it's a sub emote because they need something. I've not got much to offer. But I said something about a canvas. Yes! You're right. I did. Okay. How do I do this? I'm Boomer. Help. Okay. Be quiet. Not you. I was talking to this. Okay, so. How can we want to go to... I think this will be fine. Okay, right. Neurosama. She's doing her thing. Why is people saying British in the chat? What? Okay. Anyway, so when you go on Neurosama's stream, there's this little thingy here, the stream canvas. And when you enable it, I'll open it up to full screen. It's like an r/place kind of thing. I think this is very cool. As you can see, Osu are dominating as always. But the only thing that I've been contributing to is this little Vulpix down here. Let me see if it works. Yeah, see? You can see. There's me. There's me. I've been helping. I've done nothing else. I don't know why the Vulpix. It was just like the only thing I saw that was mildly interesting and unfinished when I started doing this, but there's a lot more going on here. What is going on? There is probably mostly in-jokes on their stream, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of people. So, yeah. We've got a lot of Pokemon. We've got a lot of turtles. We've got some flags. What is this? This is kind of cute. I like that. Yeah. No, it works on mobile as well. It works on mobile. Oh, can you get a TLDR of the paper? You certainly can. The TLDR of the paper is that they are... I've already forgotten what the TLDR is. This is going very well. Here's the TLDR. So basically, they are seeing whether how you feel about another country affects how you feel about donations from that country. So different countries have different relationships, and they're seeing whether those kind of country level... Yeah, I know vaccines are very... Yeah, it's us. But it's fine, it's fine. They're seeing whether the country level relationships affect how people individually feel about donations from that country. So do they think that it's being done out of self-interest, or do they think it is being done to genuinely help? Microchips. No microchips. No. But that's the TLDR basically. They're trying to see if there's if the country where the donation comes from, whether you feel positively or negatively, affects whether you're willing to accept the donation, and then also whether that is explained by more negative or positive emotions towards it. You already have microplastics in your blood. Same. Yummy, yummy microplastics. Yummy. Okay. But yeah, here's the canvas. Come and help me and this one or two other people do the Vulpix. We need to fill in the Vulpix. I don't know what color it's meant to be, so maybe wait and see a little bit to see what color it's meant to be. But because these colors don't look right, I think, yeah, this needs to be fixed. But yeah, come and help us. Which Vulpix is it? It's meant to be just the normal one, but it's pink for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why it's pink. It shouldn't be. Originally, it was meant to be an Alolan one, but it's just a normal one. Just replace countries with Microsoft. Yeah. You could probably replicate. Actually, I think there was one paper that did like Microsoft versus Apple, which is quite funny. Where am I going? I'm going here. Okay. Oh, the normal one is brown. It's kind of orange. Isn't it orange? It's kind of an orangey brown. I don't know. I would call it orange. You should get a toast emote. I should. That's a good idea. I like that idea. That's a very good idea. Okay, so stream. Sorry, I had to move my microphone because I need my keyboard again. So we are gonna do a raid message. How do I do emotes? Oh my gosh, I don't know how things work. So we're not doing our normal raid message today. We're gonna do this. Happy birthday, Neurosummer, because it is the birthday stream. Yeah, colorblind test next stream. maybe. I will accept it. If I'm, I will accept that my perception of color is sometimes not quite right. Because the other day I looked at something and I was like, that's green. And then I was told, no, that's blue. And then I looked at it again and I was like, yeah, that is blue. What? But, color perception is actually dependent on a whole bunch of things, including cultural context. So maybe, actually, we will get to that. When I actually do the weird stream, we will do the weird stream, and I will tell you all about how color perception is culturally mediated. But right now, it's time for me to go away and eat some food. So, we are going to go and raid Vedal987, aka Neurosummer, because it is the birthday time. It's the birthday subathon. Go and send some birthday love. We love that. Filtered, yes. Very filtered. And yeah, we're gonna go and do the happy birthday Neurosama message, please. And yeah, can I dual stream on YouTube? You know what, I would love to, but it's too technologically advanced for me. I'm a bit of a boomer, so we'll try. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining the little journal club, and we'll finish the paper sometime soon. And yeah, I'll see you all. Thank you so much.